Hey guys, welcome to How to Become a Real Estate Influencer. I'm so excited that you decided to stop by and learn a few things from little old me. Before I get started, I would like to just introduce myself. My name is Jamelia Jordan. I am the founder of Mosaic. I'm a marketing specialist, real estate investor, wholesaler, and soon to be realtor. Whew, that was very long-winded. Well, enough about me. Let's get started on how to become a real estate influencer on Instagram. Instagram is one of the world's most popular social media platforms. And if you are in the real estate biz, it's a must for you to have an Instagram presence. The secret sauce in separating yourself from all of your competitors lies within understanding the difference between brand, business, influencer, and personal brand. It all boils down to this. Are you a trustworthy person? That is essentially what a brand and influencer is trying to prove. People buy from people. They fall in love with a person, not a robotic post or a robotic feed that cleverly says every 2 seconds, sold sisters, we buy houses in cash, hashtag sold. A brand is the feeling and value a business offers the community, audience, or market. Business is the product or service that you're providing to that community. Whereas when you become an influencer, you're the individual with a trusted and loyal following who showcases products, services, and businesses other than their own. You're adding value-based content to your followers. Personal brand, however, is the art of using your personality to build the following of an influencer while offering services from your own business. That's your secret sauce, your personality. Everyone has a brand, a business, and can put themselves in the light of being an influencer. But what makes you stand out from the rest is adding your own pizzazz to your Instagram feed, your own personality. And you could do that in several different ways. So, how do you define your brand personality? What is your secret sauce? There are four keys to building successful brands. Well, four keys that I like to use. First, your brand must be authentic in that it's truly tied to who you are as a person, meaning your values and core purpose must be aligned. If these aren't tightly linked, your promise is less believable. Your brand must be relevant, meaning that it promises something that's important to consumers and that they perceive your brand delivering that promise better than the rest. You must keep your brand promise consistent across every touch point you have with your potential clients. Why do people see you as trustworthy? Ladies and gents, in order to become trustworthy, you must be consistent. If you lack consistency, you won't build that true loyalty and following. And last but not least, you must be totally committed to keeping the brand promise. In order to find your secret sauce, you must know the following questions and answers to the questions like the back of your hand. What is your unique value proposition? What makes you different? Why will people choose you versus your competitors? And finally, what's your secret sauce? So, what can you brand? Well, that's easy. Brand yourself. You don't brand things or services or products. Rather, you need to create a brand that's connected directly to your core promise. Brands can take on a life of their own. Think of your brand as a person with its own unique personality. In order to determine your brand's promise, you must first need to know who your target audience is. If you market to everyone, trust me, you will market to no one. That is why you need to know what your target audience values. Once this is determined, you are ready to build out your personality for your brand. When you have your brand promise, you will be able to brand out a set of human-like characteristics that your customers would expect from someone who keeps their promise. To create a brand persona, you have to create a list of personality traits that shape the overall personality of your brand. So here's your branding assignment. In your real estate influencer workbook that comes along with this webinar, I would like for you to jot down your niche and to write down the answers to the following questions. What do you do? How do you do it? Who are your services for? What are your core values? For wholesalers, you have two different clients per se. You have the person that you're marketing to for properties and to buy their properties, and then you have investors who you're trying to offload the properties for. So you may have to get a little bit more detailed in the who are your services for. By answering these questions, it will allow you to understand who you are as a business and how to create your brand personality. Alrighty, now that we have gotten all of the definitions out of the way, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of designing your Instagram feed like a boss. Alright, so let's start talking about one of my absolute faves when it comes to Instagram, presets. You gotta love them good old-fashioned presets. Have you ever scrolled down an influencer's feed and all of their pictures look like one big form of artwork? I mean, they all have the same color and they all are breathtaking photos. Well, ladies and gents, they use presets. Instagram presets are essentially pre-made filters you download from the internet and can apply to your photos using an editing program such as Adobe Lightroom. Each Instagram preset contains a set group of edits and effects that can apply to any photo or collection of images. You don't have to be a skilled photographer to achieve this look. It turns pictures that you see from like on the left-hand side into the one that you see on the right, one that is within your brand colors and makes your whole entire Instagram feed look consistent. Presets will help you go from ordinary average Joe photos to stunning, eye-catching pieces of art. Instagram, they have a few presets that will change the way it looks, but if you're trying to get that clean, crisp look that you will need to actually be consistent within your brand, you will need to get a preset that is strictly for you. Take this example. To the left, we have 6 ordinary photos, and after I applied presets, they turn into this pretty mosaic collection called the Pretty in Pink collection. In order to achieve a look like this, you will need 3 things: Lightroom, photos, and presets. So how do you find the perfect preset that works for you? Well, step one, in order to find a great preset that matches your brand, you must first know your brand colors. For this example, we will use the following colors below or above, or whichever way you see the colors. Then we will determine what type of color we want our feed to be. For today, I think I'm feeling teal. It's a part of my branding colors anyway, and I'm about to go on this epic vacation in Bali. So I think I'm gonna go with the teal today. It gives me that beach and chill vibes. All right, so this is perfect for our example. Step two, now that we have our color teal, we now need to purchase a preset. Presets typically range anywhere from $5 to $30. But I'm just gonna say, for this example, we're on our ramen noodle, or if you call it oodles and noodles budget. So I'm going to say within the 5 to 10 range. A good place to purchase presets is Etsy. Once you visit Etsy, type in the search bar the word preset and press enter. Then scroll through and find the one preset that you like the most. But people, I can't urge this enough. Make sure you purchase the right file. Determine if you're going to be using Lightroom desktop or mobile. I personally use desktop when I'm editing my Mosaic Tribe photos for my members, and then I use Lightroom mobile if I want to take a quick pic and upload it to my personal feed. Um, if I had to give a suggestion, I would probably use desktop first. That way you can actually get acclimated to it, and then you could add the mobile later. Step three, download your preset to Lightroom. Lightroom is a family of image organization and image manipulation software. This is the place where you will upload your photos and presets so that you can turn your average photos into something beautiful. Lightroom is about $9.99 a month. And also, wherever you purchase your preset, make sure it comes with instructions on how to access the files. In the real estate influencer workbook that's included within this webinar, I've included a video just in case you get confused. on how to upload your presets and photos to Lightroom. Now that you have your preset and your brand colors and you know the look that and feel that you want to actually have within your Instagram feed, now you must determine what type of photos you need to post to your IG feed. You have to create your photo vault. Your photo vault will consist of three categories: personal photos, curated photos, and branded photos. As a person in the real estate business, you should definitely be posting pictures of yourself, pictures behind the scenes, family pictures, and just remember, people connect with people, not robotic brands. A brand is about being unapologetically you, and this is how you show yourself off by posting photos of yourself. Curated photos are stock photos that are appealing and attractive. You have to make sure that if you're using stock photos, you grab the ones that are royalty free so that you're not infringing on someone else's copyrights. Stock photos grabs your audience's attention. Some great places to grab royalty-free stock photos are Unsplash, Reshot, Pixels, and some other really cool places as well. I've listed them in the Real Estate Influencer Webinar Workbook, so you could take a look at them later. Branded photos are photos of your business. So if you're in real estate, these photos will be your brand colors, about a new listing, or if you're an investor and a wholesaler, off-market deals, driving for dollars, we buy houses, etc. Please practice the 80-20 rule when it comes to branded content. When people are scrolling through your feed, they're doing so to relax and for entertainment and not to be bombarded with sales content. Let's be honest with ourselves. No one likes a salesperson on their feed 24/7. So you should be posting 80% value added content and photos and only 20% promotional. So let's put it all together. You have found your preset, you have your photo vault. Now all you have to do is upload your photos to Lightroom and apply the presets. I have put together a video link in the workbook on how to upload photos and apply presets. So for my previous example of teal, I've created my photo vault, I have found a preset, and now all I have to do is put it all together and voila. This is what you will get. Tiffany Ray from Ray Family Real Estate Investing, a fellow Mosaic tribe member, was gracious enough to let me use some of her personal photos of her wedding and her two kitties. If you take a look at the feed, I incorporated all three categories of photos. Personal photos, such as the photos of her wedding and her two children. I provided stock photos that stay within brand. And I've provided a branded photo and content as well. So we have rehab house hacking, and then in the icons, I've put real estate, driving for dollars, and investing tips. This is something that is consistent and is appealing to people. It gives them a cool vibe and it shows that your experience within your niche and your experience as a real estate influencer. Remember, everyone can post average and normal pictures, but how cool is it to be a real estate influencer with branded filters across all of your online and social media channels? All right, it's that time again. Here's your branding assignment. I need you to identify your brand colors if you haven't already, install Lightroom, purchase your preset, check out the videos in the workbook, and start marketing to your target audience. Now, last but not least, our final chapter talks about attracting your audience and connecting with captions and hashtags. In order to attract your audience, first you must create your content series. Your followers don't like promotional messaging, and they really don't like advertising disrupting their IG feed and entertainment. Instead, you need to learn why creating value-based content for social media is more important than ever. Instagram works because your audience can check out what you're sharing and then choose whether or not to follow and opt into receiving your messaging. When I say value-based content, I mean sharing a blog post, video, or another form of content that educates, entertains, inspires, or convinces your followers to take action. instead of being overly promotional and spammy, which most people nowadays know how to tune out at this point. Teach them something new, make them laugh, inspire them, or maybe change their opinion. It's all about telling a meaningful story that provides a person with more than what they initially started with. The following questions are located in your real estate influencer workbook, and they will help you map out your content series. Make sure your brand tells a meaningful story. Alrighty, up next, hashtags. Hashtags are crucial to Instagram. It allows you to reach a much wider audience than the ones who follow your account. You should be making hashtags to every post you make so that it could become more discoverable. So, how do we identify hashtags? All right, step one, insta creep your competitors. Look at their hashtags and jot them down. It's okay to insta creep on Instagram. I do it all the time for my business. Here are a couple of tips to finding different hashtags. When you start typing a hashtag, you'll notice that a list of popular hashtags will populate below. So when we start typing hashtag investor, now we can see a variety of hashtags related to investor. You can see to the right of each hashtag how many posts have been tagged with that particular hashtag. Essentially, the more posts that have been tagged with it, the more popular that particular hashtag is. So when you're adding hashtags to your posts, do some experimenting to see if you can find some that's related to your hashtags that wouldn't necessarily think of right away. To attract people who are really interested in your posts, I recommend that you diversify your hashtags. Look for generic hashtags like Monday Blues, or try to find some local market hashtags like hashtag Miami Real Estate or hashtag We Buy Houses in Memphis. Once you do that, start looking for hashtags that have under 500,000 posts on them or under 20,000 posts under them. Another reason to find Instagram hashtags sitting in the mid-range or smaller hashtag is visibility. When someone does a search on an Instagram, the most popular photos sit in the top post section. The rest of the photos reside in a chronological order and most recent. As shown in the photo below, if you decide you want to use some larger hashtags, make sure you research them carefully first. You want to avoid anything that is overrun with photos offering $1 million lifestyle overnight or other spam. Remember, you have 30 hashtags you can have for per post. Last but not least, make sure to add one hashtag that is unique to your company. For example, I use hashtag Mosaic Tribe, and it encourages others to use it as well. This will help you build your brand recognition. Now for your branding assignment. Research hashtags, write them down, and then use them. You should always be updating your hashtags on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. So we've created our high quality graphic feed. We've figured out what content we want to share and the hashtags associated with it. Now it's time to schedule it out. When scheduling out my content, there's one tool that I use the most to schedule out my IG feed. And that tool is Planoly. And guess what, guys? It is free. Well, it's free if you're only using one IG account. So it's not free for me, but it could be free for you. And guess what, guys? It can auto post as well. How amazing is that? That's just awesome sauce right there. Planoly allows you to manage, plan, and schedule your Instagram posts from your computer and mobile phones. With this drag and drop feature, it allows you to create a cohesive Instagram feed and manage your IG stories, auto post your content so that you do not have to manually post every day. And it will arrange the look of your IG feed as well. Once you create your Planoly account, you will then be able to upload your photos that you want to use. Once uploaded, you can schedule out your posts, add hashtags, tag your location, and easy peasy. You have scheduled out your posts. Alrighty, ladies and gents, here's your last branding assignment. Get Planoly. Schedule out your content and start marketing like a boss. Want to learn how to create stories, highlights, and quotes like a real estate influencer? Well, not going over it today. Tune in next time for the next edition of How to Become a Real Estate Influencer. To give a little info about what we do at Mosaic,